And also have the clicker all set up for you
Okay.
too.
Thank you. So I don't need to do anything.
No, whenever you're ready.
All right.
Your mic is open.
Okay. Mic is open now, or do I need to?
Yeah.
Select what? Data. Sure. See? Oh, that's you. I could do more. No, why can't we hear?
Hello, everyone. We will go ahead and get started. Welcome to everyone to our April meeting. A special welcome to any guests who have joined us either in person or online. Just a friendly reminder: only those who have been elected senators can speak during the meetings. But if you have a question or thought, please work through your senator, and we'll certainly get your questions answered. The parliamentarian and secretary have informed me that we do have a quorum so that we can conduct business for the day. The first item on the agenda for today is the approval of the minutes from our March meeting. So is there a motion to approve the minutes from March? Senator Carey motion. Is there a second? Second from Senator Culpepper. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I am going to keep my remarks pretty brief because we do have two very special guest speakers today. We want to make sure that they have plenty of time to address you and answer any questions. First, on my remarks, I've been out of town a substantial amount with our national championship women's basketball team. So special thank you to Vice President Colascione and the entire executive committee who kept things moving on the track while I've been either in the air or out of town. So this is special thanks to Megan, who had me well prepared for these remarks. So it really should be President-elect Colascione's remarks. But so if there's anything wrong, I'll direct those to Megan. Just kidding. But first comment I do want to make is Rashandra James, who's chairing the co-chairing our committee, awards committee, let us know today that we received 98 nominations for staff awards, which is incredible. Yeah. To give you some context, we had 37, I believe, 38 last year. So we went from 38 to 98. So I think further evidence of how we're getting ingrained in the campus and university community. So we have a very robust review process, which will begin tomorrow on those nominations. We have a lot of expertise on this committee, both university expertise and expertise in awarding awards. So that committee went through all the details, and we think we're very well positioned to make sure that we have a very equitable and effective review process. So thank you to all those committee members. Staff Awards and Appreciation Day. If you are not already doing so, I'm sure many of you are, please remember to be connecting with your constituents and in your units. The RSVP link, and I'm sure Bridget will have a few comments for us on this as well. We're still taking RSVPs, so please encourage all of your constituents to RSVP so that we can be well prepared for them. I think our number, and Bridget, correct me if I'm wrong, I think about 898 RSVPs thus far. So really excited about that. We'd love to continue because we want to make sure that all of our staff are able to attend. Special thank you to all of the volunteers who participated in USC's big event on March 30th. We helped a local resident with yard work and collected and moved over 25 plus bags of yard debris and trash. So thank you to everyone who participated in that. Give It Up for Good is still seeking volunteers and donations, residence hall donations from April 15th through May 10th. We will, if we can, Jessica, let's send out additional info on that when we send out the meeting minutes. This is very exciting news. We touched on this last meeting when we gave an update on the well-being initiatives for staff. So the Employee Well-being Unit will be housed in the Center for Health and Well-being. This unit's being led by Amanda Castles. There'll be 4 staff positions within this unit, and it will go live on April 16th. So if you recall, this was what there's little work that had to be done on funding, where this is going to be housed. We went to work on this as a Senate body, and we're able to receive the funding for it, and excited to announce that on April 16th that group will go live. So really exciting, really important work being had there. So thank you to so many of you in this room who worked on that, and we're really excited to be able to help provide those kinds of resources for staff. So I will have a few closing remarks. We want to make sure we can get to our speakers. So our first speaker is Dr. Anthony James, who is the Director of Inclusive Excellence Education here at USC. Dr. James, welcome. Thank you for being here. And the floor is yours. Let me get your PowerPoint fired up for you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We bring you greetings from the Division of Access, Civil Rights and Community Engagement, a new name for our new division, and our office, the Office of Access and Opportunity. So the team, of course, we have the Vice President, which is Dr. Julian Williams, and our AVP is Dr. Michelle Bryant, of course, I'm Anthony, and then we have Karima, who's Executive Assistant, Shalama, who's our Communications Manager, and you know this lovely young lady already. Our team is actually split into two buildings. So Christina and I are the training arm of the department. So we're in Stonewall and everyone else is in Thornwell. However, that will change. The new address is what, 1600?
1600 Hampton, I think will be on the third floor, but I'm not. That could be wrong.
And that should.
Oh, no.
And that's being the start of June. So I guess the beginning of June, we should be
We're gonna
there
start moving in.
officially.
We're staying in Stonewall though.
Yeah, we're gonna stay at Stonewall.
So just a little about our office. The Office of Access and Opportunity at their core strives to create initiatives and programming that are inclusive because we want to create an inclusive environment for everybody on campus.
And, you know, one of our goals is to make sure that we support current and future diversity initiatives. And so we want to make sure that we create a, student body that's diverse, faculty and staff as well. So we're focused on recruitment, but also the retention of these folks as well. And so our programs aim to deepen the knowledge and understanding of inclusive excellence, which is actually a framework that most people don't know. And it's a framework that infuses certain things such as belonging throughout the university, right? And it's in every part from finance to, curriculum to whatever you can think of. It's actually a major framework. And we want to do this through lived experience education so you can apply it to all areas of your everyday life, including, your work, but also your personal life as well.
If you are interested in any of our programming, or you just kind of want to see what we have out there, I provided links on these, and I think the PowerPoints are going to get sent out to y'all. So you'll have these. But that'll bring you to our page. If you click on diversity programs and inclusive education, you'll see what we offer, how long they are, kind of a brief description. If you see something, if you don't see something that you want, or you want something that's like catered a little more to your team, you can go ahead and fill out the little form on the side here and just explain to us what you're looking for.
We're also building this out as we speak. So again, I got here in August, so there's a lot of revamping to the program offerings that we're putting together. And then we have the Inclusive Excellence Institute, which is a leadership development program that promotes diversity and inclusion, but it also encourages personal collective responsibility and helps participants develop an inclusive growth mindset. And so the actual institute is an 8-month-long half-day in-person training that we take participants through a number of different experiences. So we talk about things like microaggression. We talk about having an inclusive mindset. We talk about, just so many different topics that impact our daily lives, whether it's work or personal. And the next institute will begin in September of 2024.
Did we have, I know Alyssa participated, yes. So I was going to say,
So
and yes,
okay.
Simone, yeah, I was like, I know we have a couple participants in this year.
Awesome.
We're finally getting it back up and running, so very excited.
All right, and then we have Bridge to Faculty. It's our latest program here. It encourages and supports underrepresented early career scholars. We typically call those folks postdocs. And so it's our newest program. Matter of fact, I just left a meeting with them. We currently have 6 folks in the current cohort, and the next cohort of 18, so we have a total of 24. And it's a unique program because unlike most postdoc programs, the department has to apply. And once approved, then they are able to go out and have a vigorous search to bring in someone of their choosing.
And if you click on the link here, it will take you right to our Bridge to Faculty page. It lets you know all the documents you're going to need here. If you scroll down, complete application is right there, so you can do it right through our page. It's in my hand. Okay, MLK celebration. So the MLK commemorative breakfast is always on the Friday before Martin Luther King Day. So if you have any interest in registering, I'm usually the one who keeps track of all our registrants. And if you're looking for like a big group to go or anything, you can always just reach out directly to me. We usually open up registration through Learning Stream, maybe like 2 months beforehand. So just keep an eye out because that'll come through your email eventually. MLK Symposium, we like to include other workshops and events that kind of go along with Dr. King and social justice and inclusivity. So if there is a program that you'd like to run the week before we do MLK breakfast, just let us know. There's a there is a link right here, and you can kind of just put in all your information, what your program's about. We might be able to connect you to some resources or help you market whatever you should need. So.
And then we have the Social Justice Award, and I'm a little jealous when I heard how many applications you had. Hopefully I can get 98 next year. But it's a program that it's also an award that we give out to folks who demonstrate Dr. King's his ideologies and the different things that he was passionate about. And so we have a link for the nominations. And so we're still updating a lot of our pages now. So the next due date will be October 31st of 2024. But again, it is an incredible award, and we had a couple folks this year. We were really excited to select those two folks.
And the forum does stay up all year round, so you can nominate at any point. We just need to change the date at the top. So I had a question page in here, but I must have sent you guys the wrong PowerPoint. Sorry, that was my bad. I was just sent the wrong PowerPoint, but I think we have some time to take
we
a
have
few
time
questions.
to take questions.
If anybody has any.
Okay, if you go back to the website,
Mhm.
what's the 50th, the top 50th?
Yeah, so that
This one?
was that was in the fall.
Okay.
And Dr. Toby Jenkins Henry was a major part of that, and we had several guest speakers. One person being David Banner, the rapper. He came, and so it was a really, really cool celebration for the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Yes.
Could you maybe speak to any current DEI or DEI legislation or illuminate that maybe in the State House and anything that we might want to be aware of and effects on campus?
Yeah, so I think the best way to kind of describe that is that, I know there's a bill that was recently passed, and so we're waiting for that to go to the Senate. There was a big fuss about the changing of our name and whatnot. And so for us, we want to pick our battles, right? We don't feel really threatened by the current bill, just because the current bill talks about things that we don't do, or at least most folks don't do. But we don't ask for diversity statements or anything like that. And so we feel that this particular bill is probably the least inclusive of the bills. And so we just want to be, of course, we will always abide by the law. But right now, I don't necessarily see that really impacting what we will do in our office. Because our main purpose is to create universities that, focus on belonging, right? Because, when you say DEI, there's a group of people who like to take themselves out of the equation. When you say belong, everyone wants to belong. So how do we bring that back to the university? Yes.
You said that your office is kind of shifting a bit and looking to expand in certain ways as far as organization goes. Are there areas of, inclusive excellence and diversity that you're most looking to touch on that you haven't yet within the office?
Can you rephrase the question for me?
Sure. Are there other topics that your office would like to be able to address if you were to grow and offer more? Or what would you want our constituents to know most about your office?
Oh, okay. All right, that's a great question. Well, I think, first of all, some of the programming that we did offer, and so one of the things that I'm looking to bring to our campus is a dialogue across campuses program that will run concurrently to my Inclusive Excellence Institute. When we're about to have an election, so no matter where you stand, on which side of the aisle, I definitely think it's going to be a very contentious, time period at our university. So one of the things about dialogue projects that I love We have a dialogue team, Megan knows that she's part of the team, that we really are trying to foster those conversations, right? We're different, we get it, right? But it doesn't mean we can't be civil toward each other and be respectful, right? And I think the way we get to that place of belonging is that we begin to have those simple conversations that people are avoiding because we're drawing a line in the sand and we're taking our sides and we're not even trying to have a conversation. So our next big thing in our office is to create a dialogue across difference program for faculty and staff.
What do you think that senators can do when they're back in their units to support your office? So one thing you talk about is get more awards. We can certainly spread the word about that at the right time. But what can this group do to support all of your efforts to make our university as open and belonging as possible?
You know, that's a great question. And I think the best way to answer that is to focus on the interpersonal dynamics. See, a lot of times when people think about DEI things, they think about these brand, major things, all the big isms, right? But a lot of the issues that I've seen throughout my career actually happen at the interpersonal level, right? How do we speak to people? Are we condescending? Do we ignore them? Do we talk over folks? I think just modeling that within your units will be a huge help. And if you're in a leadership position, right, that will speak volumes because it's a top-down kind of approach that where we can show people that, hey, this is not just what we're saying that we're going to do, but this is how we're going to handle this particular situation or this particular problem that we have within our unit.
I think there's a couple of examples. Senator Coe was after this, and Kim Rose, that things like for staff who are differently able, like being able to navigate their buildings. Like there's one example where the door was so heavy that if you're in a wheelchair, you couldn't get through that. So several of our folks here helped get a new door so that people can get through there. So I think there's a lot of opportunities for when you really drill down on those interpersonal conversations. Someone says, well, one of the biggest challenges I face in the workplace is that I can't get through the door.
Right.
And we can take action on that. So
yeah, I love it because I think, one of the things that Inclusive Excellence talks about, especially this piece called Cultural Humility, talks about advocating for others, right? And we have to get to that point, but we can't really advocate for people that we don't know, right? We don't know their, like I said, if you didn't have that conversation about the door being heavy, no one would have probably ever thought about that. And so that's why it's important to have these conversations and have it with curiosity where you're willing to learn and engage with them.
Several years ago, there was a program here that I helped work on some reverse boards and stuff like that. Actually went through the program too, so I know about it, called the Welcome Table. Is that still around? Is that related to your office stall, or is there a similar building? Do you even know what?
I got here in August.
Today.
But
I used to be involved. So yeah, that was it used to be under the former John Dozier when he was here. That actually moved over to Arts and Sciences with Bingo Gunter. But that program and format is no longer the same way, but they still kind of have the same mission. But it's under Arts and Sciences. It's under, I think their associate dean is the representative Marlene
Holbrook.
It's under Marlene Holbrook is over that area for Arts and Sciences. Under there is Bingo Gunter, who coordinates where that program is now. But no, you're talking about Bud and all that from the Quarter of Shame, and that program, as it were, is no longer.
Any questions? Well, we can maybe, send the link later. So if you do have a question for us, you can just either call us, email us, or fill out this link, and we can have to answer questions you all may have.
Yeah, feel free anytime you want to reach out to me. I'm the only Christina with a KH. So it's pretty easy to find me.
thank y'all both very much.
Thank you all.
And we certainly look forward to working with and continue work with the office. I think one of the neat things about our body is how diverse it is, both from demographically, but the individuals that we represent, because anytime you have a group of 5,000 staff, we're going to have a lot of diversity of thought, experience, needs. So one of the neat things about being a senator and being involved in this is being able to advocate for all those people and learning that, what exactly a staff member could need. It could be something that we think of as small, but is a very big deal, particularly the example of the doors being so heavy that the folks in wheelchairs can get through them. So I think that we can continue to advocate through this prism and lens of belonging to ensure that all of our staff feel welcomed here. So I appreciate everyone's work on that. We will continue on down the road on the agenda. Our treasurer, Vanessa Brown, has a budget review comments for us. We switch back to the correct PowerPoint.
Tyson, is it possible for me to say a few words? This is Robynn online. Nope, I guess not.
Yes, sir. Okay, good. And where do we pull up this? Pull it right here. This one.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is just a quick budget review of where we stand right now. We're doing good. We've got funds available for personnel, which is Jessica. So that's there. We've had very little come out of our expenses, and they were all related to the orientation that happened in June. Thank you. In June. So, I mean, very little things, and you can see like name tags, photography.
Can you possibly?
Sure, let's see.
Like, I can go.
I know, I'm so sorry. Better.
Wow, there we go.
That better? Yeah. So right now we've spent, well, as of March, we've spent 35,000 in personnel. We spent 1,259 in expenses, and we've got some money in our fund balance. And it all goes out to 101,000 sitting there right now. So we're doing okay with that. Then we have that, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. We have a foundation account, and it's got $1,493 in there. We hadn't made a big push this year in our foundation account, but what we have done in the past is advocate for us and our constituents to support staff funding, staff senate, and you can do that by either clicking on the link there or using the QR code, which is probably bigger. So if you would like to give and support Staff Senate. We also have $40,000, which is going to be available for the Staff Appreciation Day. So that's going to come out of a different fund. It's still Staff Senate, but out of a fund that is specific for staff appreciation. Any questions about anything? All right.
only other piece on the budget are the 40,000 that we have had discussion with the president in their office that we're hopeful that that will be recurring. What the, how that has developed is want to see how this first year goes, see what our needs were, see how the event went, and then evaluate. But we feel very confident we'll be able to continue to do this on an annual basis. Which all the more we need as many people there as possible, make it a great event. So please continue to get your folks out there.
And even if people are on the edge of not sure if they're gonna go, you know, they're kind of in the gray area, please still have them RSVP. Because those numbers are what we're utilizing, right, to prep the food, to get everyone there. But we want as many people already interested in attending. I know Bridget will share more later, but really reinforcing that.
Please. Thank you to our official now. These are the folks who will take over in July. So congratulations to each of them for winning election. Certainly look forward to supporting you in all your ways. But as you can see, Megan Colascione will be our president. Chris Burkett, Dr. Chris Burkett will be our vice president. Rebecca Denisi, our treasurer. Dr. Julia Hodge, our secretary. Julia Bellon, our parliamentarian. And then I'll transition into immediate past president. So congratulations to the 24-25 executive committee. And certainly I think I speak for all of us that we are all here to support you and look forward to working with you as well. So again, congratulations and thank you very much for stepping into this additional service role. We will move into the meaty part of our meeting with our reports of committees. So first, membership, Julia Hodge and William Boland.
So it has come to our attention, thank you for letting us know, that some of you who were supposed to have received notice that there were open seats last week perhaps did not. So that's unfortunate. We're going to try to remedy that and see what we can do. Most likely that means we'll have to extend everything, which is fine. We can work on it. Currently, we only have 9 open seats this year, which is good. So I think we'll be able to move fairly quickly, hopefully. So originally, I was going to give you a timeline, but that's probably changing. So no need to really tell you at the moment because we'll probably change it. But to remind you all, in terms of open seats, 1 in admin and finance, 1 in college ed, 1 in development, 1 in Darla School of Business, 1 in research, 2 in academic affairs and provost reporting areas, 2 in division of student affairs. So if you are in those areas, in those units, please, please, please encourage those of your colleagues to run. Also, might as well throw some nominations out there. Think of a colleague, nominate them. Nominations are currently open. Hopefully now at least, I tried to email y'all today, hopefully now you at least are aware and can get the link. So please encourage people, nominate people. We're still, honestly, it's new for us. It's new for Jessica as well. She was not here during the initial phase of running last year. So we'll all figure it out. So a little bit of flexibility and grace is wonderful. But I think we're going to be fine. Thankfully, we don't need to do any paper ballots this year, so it should be a pretty quick turnaround. Basically, when you get the nominations, then it'll kind of prompt them to do an application. They can always decline. So you're welcome to nominate people freely. They can then decline if they don't want to do it. It doesn't set them up for anything. So feel free to nominate whoever you wish, and then they can either apply or not. Once the application part happens, then we go in and actually vet them and make sure they work where they say they work. They've been in a position, long enough, they're in good standing, that kind of thing. So we'll confirm with HR, and then we'll open up the actual applications, and then any staff member in that area will be able to. So according to bylaws, we are supposed to have voting complete by April 30th. We'll see in terms of the timeline, but we will certainly do our best, and we'll let you know if that. That's where we are now. If you all have questions, please let us know. It may take us a bit to figure it out. Yes.
Can you tell if people have
our nomination?
Yeah, if we contact point of view, can we
Yes.
ask like, hey, do you have any nominations
Yes.
for our area?
You absolutely can. Yeah, so currently, I know it did go out to some of y'all, because we do have some nominations in the system already, from a few areas, but we don't from all areas yet. So the more the merrier in terms of nominations, and then they can self-select, or you can match them all. Yeah.
Sorry, Joy, can you close to the mic?
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Okay. Sorry about
Oh, that's okay.
I assume the mic is at the computer.
It is.
Okay,
yes.
great. Sorry, I can repeat anything you need.
Okay.
So, I'll go with Beth first, and then if I need to repeat anything,
So
y'all
my
tell me.
unit is one of the units.
Yes.
So I received the email and assumed everyone in my unit had received it last week. Was that, so, I mean, I did, when I got it again today, I forwarded it, I have a listserv set up.
Yep.
But should I have done that sooner, or did it go to everyone?
We didn't, we thought it went there.
Yeah, as far as we know, we think it did.
Okay.
Because it did go, as far as we know in education, it did go to us. So we think it did, but we learned today that in some units, perhaps it did not.
Okay.
So.
And how were those emails, like, how did you determine who was in the unit?
The Central Communications Office did that.
If they did get out, I need to know what happened was because it's not a whole, there was only certain specific things that had. Those lists are communications.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a combo of student affairs and the academic affairs provost unit. Large group did not receive it. No, y'all are together now. You're all together.
And that could be the discrepancy, record that HR has for
Perhaps.
where we are. So we have to aim it to the areas that they have to go. But they,
Yeah.
we put the request into central, they just pull what they have the records. I don't know how often she.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll check about that part.
Yeah, and the tricky part too is like we don't see them, so we don't know. We have to go with whatever HR says and sends to central comms. But this is great to learn for the future in terms of troubleshooting, because I think ideally we need to have on our site that we manage a full, doesn't have to be a list of people, but full list of areas, right? We need to have like whatever it is and then all the offices underneath it so that we know as well. I don't know who raised their hand first, so whichever one of y'all wants to go for it.
I was just gonna say offline, I can give you some background information.
That'd be great.
There is the president's organizational chart versus, as Chandra mentioned, what HR provides.
Okay.
And as organizations are operating units switch and change, sometimes HR takes time to catch up.
Sure, okay,
And we rely on the data from HR
sure.
and not from summary chart. So.
But in terms of organization, we go based on the president's organization, I guess is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
and also, but we go from the data from HR, and we don't manipulate that data.
Sure,
Take
okay.
Of the nomination process, I can share with you. Here.
Okay, that would be great. And maybe we can try to troubleshoot for next year, because next year will be very big, particularly because we may be adding more senators. And by May, I think we are. So it's going to be very big. Yeah, Michelle.
In the past, what we've done is as HR, but then find out who the HR contact nominees and dean.
Okay, yeah.
Department heads, and we send it to all of those players, and then even the senators, we ask them to send it out if they did either from the top down.
Yeah, so that makes sense. And that's why I emailed all of y'all today, at least, so that, because I was like, I at least know you guys are in that area. So, yeah, thank you. Anybody else have other thoughts or ideas?
After today's meeting, if we just get your lead.
Absolutely. Absolutely, that'd be great. Anybody else? All right. Well, we are in election season. So in that case, yeah, definitely still nominate people, and then we'll figure out the kinks. Thanks for bearing with us. All right, I think that's all we got. Thank you.
Harman from the Comms Committee. Michaela couldn't be join us today because she has a dog.
Tom Harman, Communications Committee. Michaela couldn't make it today because her dog is a vet, so prayers for the pooch. This will be super quick for the Comms Committee today. Just two things to mention. One is that, as you guys have heard before, we're working on figuring out communications across campus for staff members. We do feel like we'll have that wrapped up this semester, so that'll be good, which is next month. And then we, I believe, got the formal invitation squared away for staff day. So that's really all we have for this month. If you guys have any needs for us, please feel free to get in touch. Thanks.
So we met on the 29th. Caroline has been really generous in sharing updates with us. They're going to have a special reception for State Service Award recipients this year, the 20, 30, and 40-year recipients at the President's House. Well, I guess that's happened. It was April 1st, but if you attended, I'm sure it was very, very nice. She said phase 3 of the compensation implementation is going well. Over 500 employees in Columbia have had their salaries increased, and she said another large group is close to implementation. Their HR has had an outside consulting firm assess them and evaluate them, and that should be completed soon. And they have improved our opportunities to contribute to a 403B plan, which will have options for Roth IRAs, and there will be lower fees. So it all seems good.
And then I know Bridget will touch on it, but like she had stated before, we're really close to 900 RSVPs for Staff Appreciation Day. One thing we kind of touched on in the committee, I don't know if this is a pipe dream, but is maybe the possibility of having a live stream of the event, and that may be like a next year, or I don't know how possible that would ever be, but that was something that we discussed. The other thing that we touched on, because Tyson was in our meeting, he spoke to us about how basically you guys were taking College of Charleston under your wing a little bit as far as getting staff senate kind of maybe established there or a model like it. Do you want to talk just to
just share with the group that there are other institutions who are watching us and excited about the work that we're doing. So College of Charleston is one. It's a little bit different of a body, but one that is trying to kind of relaunch and revamp and have looked at a lot of the ideas that we're doing. So they've asked if they could be connected with this committee. So a lot of the things that they had read about came out of the Staff Policy and Wellbeing Committee. So it's just another example of being able, what we're doing is being successful and being recognized by a lot of folks, and that there are other institutions that are I think is a really neat thing that they're trying to take some of our ideas and adapt it to their institution. So I had a visit with the leader of the College of Charleston body, and so just wanted to relay that to all of you. So more to our goal of keeping up the good work.
Thank you. Another discussion point we had was the committee went over kind of our staff faculty tuition benefit, and then also if anybody out in the crowd has students or kids that are coming here to USC and what that benefit looks like. There may be some things out on the web, but we were thinking there's probably room for growth as far as promoting that, and then maybe fingers crossed down the line, maybe some of that growing as far as the actual bottom line. But,
the amount.
The amount, yeah. And then lastly, I wanted to give a shout out to Cammie Reed on our team or our committee. She's looking deep dive into, if you inherit additional duties and someone has recently left, or your operating unit is shorthanded, kind of balancing out, is there compensation involved? A lot of times management's going to say, why don't you check out other duties as assigned? But we also know that's not always the fair way to be. So that's something that we're looking at as well.
Yep, I think that's
it for
yep.
us. Any questions?
Thank y'all.
Hello, everyone. Reporting on the Professional Development Committee. We met, well, I didn't, I was traveling, unfortunately. But the committee met last month, as we do every third Monday of the month, and I'm looking forward to attending next week's meeting. Special thanks to Senator Doran, Keller, DeLorenzo, and James for meeting while I was away. And my special gratitude for Senator Doran for creating the minutes, which I'm reading from. So I pardon your indulgence. So the committee continues to meet and discuss about how we can leverage the really robust and extensive resources the university has to improving the understanding that our body has of the university and our constituents. I mean, one of the effects or the consequences of our meeting was, and thanks to Senator DeLorenzo, is having Dr. James present on the excellent efforts of their office. And as you can see, they have a critical role, robust duties and effects that we can all take advantage of. And so we continue to try to see what else we can do. And to that end, we're in touch with Nicole Vaughn, Director of the Professional Development Office, to try to get her to speak about their units. Incredible amount of training. I mean, I've taken 2 trainings this week, and I was exhausted just reading the list of the opportunities, which I think people are aware of, but they don't really take advantage of because it doesn't cross their mind. And so even I, with my colleagues, I tell them, look at the calendar, take something, take advantage of what we have here. And so Nicole has actually presented to our committee and given us an extensive list of what they do, and we want to share that with y'all. Hopefully, depending on her availability, she's very busy. That's ahead for the fall. Also looking into asking if Nikki Bowie, the Assistant Director of Mental Health Initiatives, can speak to us about their critical role. Special thanks again to Dr. James for speaking to us today, and Senator DeLorenzo for helping coordinate that. We're going to ask Executive Committee to help coordinate the fall meeting with Nicole and potentially Nikki Bowie, and still going to see what we can do. So if y'all have any suggestions or things that you want to hear from other units on campus, please reach out to me or anyone else in our committee. We're looking for suggestions. And so thank you for everything, and we'll see you next month.
Hi, everyone. I'm Senator Karl, and I was just giving the reports. Senator Minnet couldn't be here with us today, and which I hate that because she really worked hard on the big event. And although we may not have had a lot of people because it was a lot going on that weekend. Oh, thanks for the. But they raked leaves, bagged 37 bags of leaves, which I don't know about y'all, but just 2 bags wears me out. Weeded flower beds and made all kind of community connections. So it's great. I mean, whether we're represented by 1 or 50, it's just good that we're out there. And several of y'all have participated in other things that we've coordinated. And so we appreciate that. We're continuing to collect the pull tabs for the Ronald McDonald House. They've had a changing of the guard over there, so I've got a new contact, but we'll be going next month and we'll take pictures because the magnitude of all that we've collected, we appreciate y'all so much. Also, shout out to Senator Ziegler because she is, and we'll have something to announce at the next meeting in May, but she is already laying the groundwork for something awesome with the Gamecock Community Shop on campus. And but I want to get ahead of the because it's pretty exciting. And then also we, as well, Senator Ziegler, where you are, there you are. We'll have a survey going out just in thinking for next year, kind of get y'all's feedback. So just be thinking about it a little bit, what you would like to see our committee do. If you're more of a, I'd like to just donate, or I want to get out there and do physical labor, or neither, and I have a better idea, that's fine too. So anyway, just thank y'all for supporting our committee. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. I'm reporting on behalf of the Bylaws Committee today. So we're working on a couple different things right now. So we have begun discussions regarding some changes to Articles 3 and 4, or 3 and 5 specifically, to indicate that the vice president just automatically becomes the president. So working on some of that like succession stuff and the wording in there. And we're also taking some recommendations and working with the executive committee and the membership committee regarding representation on staff senate, like Senator Hodge alluded to a little bit earlier. And hopefully we'll have these changes ready to the executive committee for their next meeting, and then we can report back out to you guys next time. Oh,
Come on, we need y'all to ride this train. So we've been working hard and we're very excited, and we want you to be excited. We want you to get on this train. We want to make sure all senators are asking their constituents to RSVP. Regardless, it doesn't hurt for you to RSVP. We want all staff to come, all staff to participate. It is our opportunity to honor you, staff. So we have met, we're preparing, and we are on track, and we're moving full steam ahead. The executive committee has approved the formal invitation, which should go out April 15th, that Monday. We've submitted the request through USC Communications. They're fleshing it all out, getting it prepared, and it will include a link for those that RSVP to go to and select their food choice. The RSVP landing page that we created is still active because, again, we want all staff to be able to participate. So if they go to that landing page, they can RSVP and they will already see the food choices as well. That landing page will remain active through May 3rd. We have a hard cutoff May 3rd because we have to provide firm numbers to Aramark. We must be prepared. You know, some have asked, why are we doing RSVPs? We need to do RSVPs so that we can be prepared for the numbers that are potentially coming. As you heard, we have 898, we have 97, 98 nominations. They will bring a +1. We have special guests that potentially are coming, as well as we're going to have some other people there. So that will help increase our numbers as well. If you recall, our budget was for 2,000 potentially. So we have to gauge, and we have an exception process. If we meet that number, if we come less than that number, or if we're significantly higher than that number, we have to make adjustments. So that's why we need those numbers. So senators, please, 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 I don't care if you've already done it, remind staff again, this is for them. I actually was in parking the other day and I spoke with one of the young ladies that was helping me, and I said, have you RSVP'd for the staff day? She was like, I think I saw the email. I said, you think? You didn't get the email? Read the email. Make sure you RSVP. And I said, spread the word. I was speaking very loud in the office so everybody could hear me. But please, please, this is important. And being a first, we want to show the numbers. And again, staff makes a great impact to the university. We're that fiber that keeps things going. So we really want a great turnout. The executive committee has also approved getting staff senate branded items. And these branded items, I'm not going to go into great details because we want some element of surprise. But we're planning things to have for future events, not just for the staff day, but things that staff senate, executive committee, communications can use for branding for staff senate as well. Reminders are continuously being sent to the leaders and the staff to ask all staff to come. So the cabinet, the president's cabinet, there's a reminder that is being sent to them. They're sending communications out. And we're also trying to get, information for our custodial staff that may not frequently visit their emails or receive emails. We're trying to gather that information. I mentioned that. I'm just looking at my notes. And if you're working on a subcommittee, which you all are, please stay plugged in with your subcommittee chair. That's your conduit to the full committee. Make sure if you have any questions, reach out to them. We are providing them updates regularly. Some information is for mass dissemination. Some information is still close to the vest because we're still fleshing things out and we want it to be a significant event for all staff. So this train has many rail cars that are concurrently moving in the same direction. Please continue to solicit donations as well for giveaways. We're keeping a running list of all sponsors who are giving. Ask in kind, you know, even in my role as treasurer, I always said, ask. All they can say is no, but we want to have a number of giveaways that we can give to staff as well. And it doesn't have to be so much of a tangible thing, but you know, if like how Kim was able to get parking, if we can get some perks, that would be helpful as well. And we thank you, and let's get excited because May 14th is fast approaching. So I leave you all again with, yes.
So we already RSVP'd before the food choices. Do we RSVP again?
No, you do not.
Okay.
You've already RSVP'd and you will receive the formal invitation, which will have a link for you. Yeah, for you to go to select your food choice. But if you didn't RSVP by March 28th, the landing page is still active and you can go out there and RSVP and the food choices will be listed as well. And we'll cross-reference if you make a mistake and do it twice. We're going to look at all of that. You're providing your USC IDs will help the Carolina Card Office to load information to your Carolina card to support this effort as well. So come on. We need you to come and ride this
This committee also did hire a DJ, but it sounds like they were.
Thanks, Bridget. I get to follow that. Boring. All right. So thank you to everyone who gave during Give for Garnet. I just found out we were able to raise just north of $500 for this new scholarship that we're trying to put together. So is it enough for a scholarship? No, but does it prime the pump? Yes, everything primes the pump. So we're moving, and so we're thankful for that. The next steps for us will be determining how to get the scholarship off the ground. Do we need to wait an additional year? Solicit more funds? What are those next steps? But we're moving, and we're further along than we were 9 months ago. So we're thankful for that. And again, you could have given to anything. Anything that I gave a dime to in the last 10 years, I got an email about during Give for Garnet. So there was no shortage of places to give. So thank you if you chose to give to this to support your fellow staff across campus for going to pursuing additional classes in the future here. It's a big help. So thank you, and we hope to have more next month. All right.
All right, we will now turn it over to our parliamentarian, Dr. Burkett.
During our last meeting, we had the first read of a bylaw change, which means this is the official read where we will actually vote and have a discussion if there is any. Again, amending Article 5 election procedures to the proposed elections will be managed by the membership committee, which will be advised by the immediate past president. Again, taking out the duplication that is found in other parts of the bylaws, which could create confusion. Is there a motion to approve? All right, Chambers, is there a second? Awesome. Take your pick of many. Keller was the first one I saw, but there were numerous ones. Thank you. All right. Now that the motion has been made and properly seconded, is there any discussion about this bylaw change? Then I think we'll. I'm just going to jump on in and do all the different roles. So no, not at all.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Any announcements for the good of the order before we adjourn? Who has an announcement or some good news to share? Senator Carey.
I have a question. I had someone reach out to me and ask me if there was a caregiver network
here at USC for people that are in that sandwich generation where they're taking care of young kids, but also maybe taking care of their parents. I swear we had one pre-COVID. I could not find anything. I know that there's something available through EAP, but they were looking for something that's maybe people that are staff members or faculty that, if anyone, maybe I'm crazy, but yeah, support group. Yeah, like a support group for.
I don't know about USC, but I know USC sent something in one of the emails to an alum, and I want to say her name's Lisa, Leeza. Yeah, so she has something like that.
That's not a caregiver network, that's like a home.
That's like,
they do have a support group, and of course it's added on to it. But like whoever is in that situation, feel free to send them my way. I have a long distance caregiver in South Carolina, so I have a lot of resources. I don't know about USC, so anyone can answer that question.
Or that could be something.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe staff policy and well-being. Can we add that to our next agenda item to discuss? And if anyone has any, if you aren't sure now, but something jogs your memory, please share it. We can share it on Teams or share it directly with Senator Carey. But or if anyone listening online who didn't hear that, would question about if there are resources for faculty or staff who are also caregivers, and what resources might be available through the university as well as.
Would it be possible?
So if you're listening out there and you're aware of something, also drop that in Teams. But Senator Carey, thank you for bringing that up. Any other announcements for or good of the order comments?
This Saturday is the Out of the Darkness Walk for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. It's going to be on Green Street starting at around 9:45. So if you want to come out, you want to support, you just want to walk around on your way to Soda City.
Yeah. Saturday, 9:45 a.m. on Green Street. Last meeting I said 9:45 p.m., but it is 9:45 a.m. on Saturday. Someone look for the clear bag. You'll need it next this baseball season. If anyone left a clear bag, there's one over here. Everyone needs a clear bag.
Dr. Pease did comment she is online, and she said that people are welcome to visit the staff ombuds with their caregiving concerns.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Robynn Pease, who will be with us at our June meeting. Senator Leslie.
That just jogged my memory. She's also joining us for the women's leadership. There's a panel that's going on there, but she's there too, getting the word out about the ombuds position. I also want to take a moment to thank Jessica for all her help. I know she's doing a lot with the nominations for the awards and even
Touche. I just told Jessica that we were talking about College of Charleston. I'm going to have to nominate Jessica for a College of Charleston Alumni Award. Senator Keller. Yes. Main Street. Main Street. 2 o'clock Sunday, National Championship Parade on Main Street. It was going to be another day, but then the city told us. But thank you to the city for inviting us. Yes.
I may have missed this last time, I couldn't be here. Are we not having a general body meeting on the 14th? Yeah, that was what my hand was. Can you talk about the May 14th?
Yes, yes. So our May 14th meeting will be a pro forma session in conjunction with the Staff Awards Appreciation. We will gavel in and gavel out. There may be something special, working on an idea with that. That will be our meeting. Our meeting will be, yes. We will not be here in this space on May 14th. We want to make sure that all of you can be recognized and honored for being staff members as well as staff senators. But just to keep everything in order with our bylaws, we will gavel in and probably quickly gavel out, just so we can say we officially had a meeting, but we will not be in this space. So please plan everyone to be on Green Street on May 14th.
And to that end, can we say something about orientation? That's why I suppose.
Yes.
A reminder.
And someone who knows the date off the top of their head, remind me of
It
this.
should already be
June
in your
20th.
calendar, but it's scheduled for June 20th for the day.
Yes,
Book
please
the
block
day,
off the
more
entire
than
day.
welcome to come.
June 20. Be a heck of a time. Well, officially hand over the gavel. Any other comments? Senator Burkett.
Once a year, the Division of Law Enforcement Safety Department's safety law. This year, it's on 17th, 6:30 p.m. They'll be meeting in the student leadership office, which is located in the second floor of the Russell House. The walk usually lasts about 1 to 2 hours, depending on the light to attend that. Great place to voice concern. There's advice about pedestrian safety, landscaping, co-ops, lighting, and around campus that may be a safety concern or something.
Thank you. So we'll get.
This week is Carolina Week, so we are celebrating our Carolina Week, which we haven't been able to do COVID. So there's a civil rights book discussion right now, but there are also a lot of features in conjunction with the Anne Frank Center, and so we have tours almost every day. And so we have a Creek Week website, and so you can just check that out for any events. Most of them are during the day, so you can just hop in and get your integrity on and.
That's what I'm talking about.
April 19th, that morning out on the Horseshoe is the unveiling of the desegregation monument statue that's going to be out there. So you should have all gotten like a save the date email. I think there will be a more formal invitation email coming out to everyone. But it is April 19th on Friday at 10 a.m. on the Horseshoe.
We threw a lot of dates out. If you mentioned a date, could you send that to Katherine via email or Teams?
Thank you.
So we can put that in. And we'll also probably just put in our Teams channel, just list all those out. So there are a lot of really, really neat things. We certainly want you to be involved with them if you can, but certainly know we gave you a lot of dates. So I want to make sure you can be there if possible. Any others?
And just to prepare all the co-chairs and committees, if you can, we're going to get close to that end of year report of just great things you've been working on, any successes, areas we would advise the committee next year to focus on, or just keep going. And so I will send out a formal email just kind of with the steps for that, but just kind of cleaning up, looking at your attendance, looking at the minute, just making sure things are ready to go. As committees may shift, we want to make sure that you're able to be where you would like to be and give your energy and effort, but also encourage you all to try other areas of Staff Senate and learn a little more through professional development. But we are going to close that out. That is coming out since we're not having a May meeting. That's how I would normally make that announcement. But I will send something out to have you guys prep and get ready. So in your next meetings, please feel free to take some time as a group to talk about successes, what went well, what do you feel like we should continue moving forward with.
Thank you very much. Any others? I just had one, our title sponsor, Founders Federal Credit Union, their $10,000 check, Senator Culpepper, is on the way. So we'll see that on the ledger soon. And then they'll have an active presence at Staff Appreciation Day. They're going to have some giveaways and all kinds of things. So they would like to acknowledge staff by giving us presents. And we're very happy to oblige. Yes. Yeah. Any other, anything else before we call for a motion to adjourn to our next meeting, which will be in conjunction with Staff Appreciation Day on Green Street, May 14th. Is there a motion to? Oh.
Not for this meeting, but membership.
Yes, please. Membership. We can meet back here by Jessica and just review a couple of things. So is there a motion to adjourn? So moved by Senator Culpepper, second by Senator Epps. First person. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed no. Ayes have it. We're adjourned until May 14th.